A fun fact about me is that I am 23 years old and I have moved a total of 24 times.
Hey girl.
Hey girl, what's up? I just wanted to talk to you about my new video idea for February.
Yes. Okay, I want to hear it all about it.
The title of it is No Place Like Home. And the idea is home is what you make of it, and home is what you feel that sense to be, not this clear-cut definition of like a house that your parents live in that you can always go back to. It's more than that, you know? Like I said, 24 times in my life, I have changed the location I'm referring to when I tell somebody that I'm going home. The definition of home is known as a place where someone lives permanently, especially within a household or family. And never once has this been what I'm referring to. Let's start with home number one. Home number one was in Napa Valley, California. However, I left when I was 2 years old and don't really have any fond memories there. Unfortunately, it's been torn down, but there is a tree that remains. And back in 2019, my mom took me to go see where it used to stand. There was one point in my life where I did feel like I had a home. Home number three. Home number three was a beautiful house in Changi Village, a beach town in Singapore. We lived here for a total of 6 years. That felt like a really long time for me, and to this day is the longest I've ever lived in one location.
They asked me to make a video of my house, and so I'm gonna do that.
After home number three, they just became places that I could call home, but never actually felt like were home. I showed my aunt and uncle a rough draft to this video that you're seeing right now. They talked to me a little bit about their definition of home.
I think home is familiarity.
Because I moved around so much. To me, there's a component of commitment, like indefiniteness. And there was a decade there where I moved around so much. Every place I went, I knew I was going to be leaving soon. And so none of them felt like home to me because there was always an end date.
Yes, exactly. That's what I feel like I've been dealing with.
The places that I would have used the term home for are places, obviously I don't live there anymore, but in my mind there was no end date. I'm not going to say permanent, but I would say indefinite.
Yes, and
So,
Singapore was that for me.
Yeah.
Like Singapore was completely indefinite. We were never leaving.
Basically, I'm moving to America soon, and I'm intending on having friends. If I do, I don't know, I'll tell people about the life I've had in Singapore.
When I moved from Singapore to the US, this concept of a home got completely stripped from me. This feeling of indefiniteness and familiarity was all gone. Every bus and train map I memorized, useless. Every familiar face I'd ever known, some never to be seen again. Every little bit of this island and this life that my family made for themselves was suddenly gone. I'm not here to recite to you all 24 homes that I've lived in. After home number 5, they were all in the US, and from living at my aunt's house, to my grandma's house, to my first dorm, to my second dorm, to my first apartment, to my second apartment, to here. Each one has been an adventure of its own. And again, it's not what this video is about. I'm making this video more to talk about the things that make me feel like I'm at home. So, number 1. My parents had a somewhat different style of decorating. They collected dolls and artwork from all across the world. A lot of people who came over didn't really understand, and I didn't really understand, but now that I look back, those items are something that do remind me of this sense of... Number 2 is my dog Miko. For context, we got Miko at home number 4. If you're keeping up, you would know that that's pretty early on in my journey of homes. We still have Miko to this day, and he is just something that has been so permanent in my life.
Poor thing.
Speak!
That wasn't a speak.
Yes, it was! Give him one!
I'm so proud.
Miko knew my dad, and my dad's no longer with us. Something about the fact that he's been in my life for now almost as long as my dad was in my life. He is my home. Like, he's my rock. He's my little protector. That's how I feel about Mako. This one's probably pretty obvious, but my mom.
Daughters.
Now, I won't go into detail about every little thing my mom has done for me. You can just assume that she's done the utmost.
Oh, that was your fault.
But beyond all of that, not everyone is as fortunate as I am to be able to call their mom their best friend.
Smile like that. I told you don't look good when you do that.
My mom's never lost confidence in me, even when I've lost all the confidence in myself. She pushes me to be a better person and laughs at my jokes. I'm lucky that I only live 2 hours away from my mom now, but for the past 6 years, I've lived a pretty hefty flight away. Living close to her has been really helpful for me. My mom doesn't just bring me this sense of home, but she brings me this sense of peace that makes me feel like, oh yeah, I do belong here. I don't know. Like I said in my last video, I now live with my aunt, uncle, and cousins. And although it doesn't feel like home, it's a place to be with people that love me, and that's gotta count for something. I'm cutting this video short because I realized that the topic kind of rubbed me the wrong way. There was a lot more things that I wanted to talk about, but it all feels fake, and the point of this new video series is to be the most authentic self that I can be. And right now, it hurts to think about the fact that I have nowhere to go and no place to call home.
Anyway, that's my house. You get what you got, and you got what you get. So you gotta live life.
Welcome to chapter 2.